Oh, I tell you what, in that ad break, did we knock off a couple of McDonald's spicy McSpicy burgers? Spicy marinated chief, still going. Crispy chicken breast and a dollop of fiery mayo. Really lives up to its name. You had to go quick, and what happened is the great people at McDonald's brought some beautiful McSpicy burgers in. we counted them up, and there was 30. And we looked around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then anyway, I said, I'll have one. Chomp knocked over, whacked his new chomp into 3. Stas, who's a bit more looking after himself, he had a couple. And then Damo went to put his arm in and Chief bit his fingers off.
Just a tooth mark would have been handy, Chief. Of course, we've got the great four-time premiership hero.
Product, that'll be the content, are we?
The Chief is here, that's his voice.
The crap you're running with.
We're going to x-ray your guts. I'm sure there's 2 in there without teeth marks.
That's the voice of Danny Frawley, of course. Welcome our Adelaide audience, the longest-serving St Kilda captain, the Spud farmer, now known as Chomp. Damien Barrett, the number 1 newsbreaker in the country, is with us. The lone wolf, Garry Lyon, and Chief Dunstall, I think, had enough.
This is the second walkout. I actually walked out last time because the quiz was being taken not seriously enough.
I'm not working with these
Danny Frawley's with us, by the way, because we're going across shortly to Barry Dinner, Nate Brown, and also Big Schwatter, who's going to call the North Melbourne and West Coast game. The quiz still to come. You've got the late charge for you to do the quiz. That's up for grabs. You can tweet who you want, Damo, the Chief, or the Chomp. And all of a sudden, the Narcissist Team of the Century we're also doing. Our Adelaide audience love our teams of the century. Our old man Yankee. Matty Yanch, right. He tweets in, he gives it to me.
All over it,
Yanchy. In the tight-ass team of the century.
Loves it.
Treaders loves it. Who wasn't in the tight-ass team of the century, by the way. You tried to put him in there. And Chief,
that wasn't me.
Our great man has walked out. What did you say while I was trying to do my official hosting duties? What did you say to him?
Oh, I said the eight of the spicy burgers he just consumed. Actually snorted one of them. Seriously, I said, mate, x-ray his guts. There'll be 2 in there without teeth marks in it.
He's had a bad day today, Chief. His Foxtel blew up.
Look
at him, he's grumpy.
Tell us what happened with Jason Dunstall, please.
We've had a bad traffic day here in Melbourne. A truck, sadly, has gone off the bridge and his Foxtel blew up. So, you know what's happened? He normally has a half-hour nap. I think he's overslept, Chief, and he hasn't shaken his mood since he's awoken here, and he's still wearing the tracksuit that he fell asleep on the couch, which is a bit interesting.
Also dealing with another issue with his coach, who had a little exchange of words with...
so tell us about that, Dave. This is a story that is sort of filtered out. We didn't know whether it was right or wrong, but we've got the head of the Coaches Association with us, Danny Frawley. We've got the football director of the Hawthorn Footy Club, and really the man that runs the whole show
the
with
entire
us,
club.
Jason, the Chief Dunstall, and this involves Hawthorn, does it?
Yeah, Matty Thompson, AFL website journalist, very senior journalist around town, and a man who does ask questions, a lot of questions. Alistair Clarkson didn't like the line of questioning, which was, I suppose, to paraphrase it, it was around the percentage boosting potential that Hawthorn's got in this particular game in Tassie against GWS.
Coaches generally love those ones, don't they?
Yeah, particularly Alistair Clarkson. And at the end of the conference, there was a word used which we won't need to, I think, raise on Triple M Footy at the moment, but it was...
called him a cockhead. Sometimes someone has to say it, Spud.
Well, I haven't heard it.
Now, listen, that's why Triple M... You've got to call it.
Got to be fearless
You've
here,
got to be fearless. You've got to be 100% right too, Darcy. You heard it said.
Yeah. That's according to Luke Darcy, by the way.
Chief told me. He was the footy director.
No, he didn't. I'll back
it was sort of mumbled.
The
allegation is it was uttered under his breath as he walked off.
We haven't got the final bit, Damo, but maybe our audience can make up their own mind. This is how the questioning started, and at the end we don't hear what Alistair Clarkson may or may not have said. But let's have a listen to the press conference today.
Do you go out there with your foot on the pedal for the full 4 quarters, and do you set a margin that you'd like to beat them by?
You're asking some foolish questions, Matt, and I don't ever want to respond to it, to be fair.
Thanks, guys. I wasn't.
So clearly the beat was the reference that Duke just blurted out across on the radio.